Welcome everyone. How could I start a live stream without NeoFetch on the PS3? Can we also lift it into always working theme here? Nothing better than lifting your precious PS3 into the camera while it's connected, while it's running. Usually nothing good happens then. Hell froze over, stop the internet. I touched the PS3. Yes, it still exists. Or also, pro tip, probably I should use a microphone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to more PS3 stuff. It's basically a quick summary of how to waste time with working on the Linux kernel. For reasons and patches, we constantly, like the Linux kernel developer, make minor cleanups. And we constantly have to, it's ridiculous, right? There's not that much PS3 stuff, and then yeah, the tiniest changes here, and then our major GameOS patches don't apply anymore, and somehow, of course, I'm the last person who works on this stuff. I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is T2 trunk, I committed changes to the patches that at least it boots again. It boots mostly. It's complicated. Previously, I did some multi-queue optimizations that leads to like 12% speed up for the SATA drive, which would be amazing. It was not fully done. I learned a lot with it. Also, a very popular video, previous video, right, a year ago. Kernel developer works on Linux kernel, and this is, by the way, live PS3 live compiling. So long story short, I fixed a null because of merging the changes back and forth, this and that. Today I fixed, it took me again too long, an hour here and an hour there, and at the end of the day 2 hours wasted for nothing. I fixed the null pointer dereference in our back and forth merged code and stuff like that. It was stupid, it is what it is. It was my fault of merging stuff, and yeah, but it's also Linux kernel developers like constantly changing stuff, right? Like renaming stuff and removing a struct member here and there. It's like, yeah, wasting everyone's time. Recurring theme. That's a good. So that's the good news. However, I think it's not yet fully working, and I do not instantly see why. So we do not kernel panic. Also, it was so time wasting because it boots to a black screen. It's like, yeah, 2023. Yes, it's a PS3 and stuff, but not a fan of this kernel, Linux kernel infrastructure. Long story short, I urgently need to write a microkernel because everything like left and right, top and bottom, and every things could be better. But that's what we're working with. So yeah, the good news is it boots again. The bad news is I think, well, the disk driver, the storage driver starts to work. It looks like it works, it doesn't error out, but I believe, because it does not fully work for me and stuff, I believe there still is some data, like some index wrong. I debugged the region index is correct, so there is something wrong. Maybe some I'm not entirely sure if it's maybe not our fault, maybe other upstream changes, but yeah, good luck. I would need. So the bad news is I probably need to spend another 2 hours to sort out what still is off. But hey, at least it boots to graphic now and doesn't instantly crash. I'm booting this, however, with my last installation, which is... so I anyway did more stuff, also like shell like subscribe, Patreon, GitHub, sponsor, or YouTube membership. Every dollar counts, because if I would just get a little bit more donations and $90 a month, I could actually work full-time on it. And I need to fix so many things. So yeah, that's an old installation. We are not far off of having it fully working again, right? And it also hurts me that I need to burn so much time of others, people's random changes of like, why do they 30 years of the Linux kernel and they still need to rename stuff, delete functions? It's like, why? Anyway, NeoFetch. Hey, how does it identify this as PS3? Does it take this straight from CPU info, or? Okay, fair enough. It takes it from CPU info, probably, or something like that. Yeah, cell broadband engine. No idea where the 2 is coming from, whatever. Yeah, another lesson learned. So I could not yet emerge binutils because somehow this old installation is not stable enough. Somehow it locks up. I don't, even with this older kernel, which I don't know which patch set that precisely uses. Right now I'm using some 5 whatever, the last mostly working version that I had installed here. Another lesson learned, however, you do not want to install the 64-bit, the T2 full 64-bit flavor, right? This wastes too much memory, and this is already a tool, so I have 512 megs of whopping freaking memory. That is twice as much as everyone else of you has at home. Because I can't build binutils, I don't really, okay, we could try to build it. Let's try to build it with even less optimization. Let's lazy also. I already disabled LTO. You know what? Let's rebuild. Or will it? Yeah, let's rebuild. Do I have? Because what I wanted to do is also document a reference performance time, right? Our new performance index. And did not yet get to building binutils. The estimated time is maybe 20 minutes. Let's re-estimate and see if it survives with lazy optimization. Because I'm also not a fan. I mean, let me first delete this, and then otherwise we waste too much time. Let's rebuild this. Oh, by the way, this went up. I'm also not a fan, and that is also a broken upstream. Like basically upstream, although they don't work on PS3, they move so much code around and for epic thread ripping latest and greatest stuff that they constantly break other stuff. Because somehow build package, I deleted that, right? Build package, this, what was it, this? Oh, come on, what did I build earlier? This, oh mate, it's not in this tree. This, this stuff. 4 steps, none. I only rebuilt this. It probably takes this stat probably only takes 3 minutes of epic thread ripping PowerPC time. I only rebuilt this to have a more precise performance estimation for binutils. And then we see if it crashes again. I'm also not a fan. I wanted to say I'm not a fan. The Linux kernel people changed so much stuff. A decade ago, the PS3 was rock solid stable, right, on Linux. And they changed so much that some years ago, like as recent as about 3 years ago, with all the memory management and whatnot, they somehow broke with, because it's probably related to having low memory, like very little memory, 512, but it also happens on the tool with 512. Did I say 512? With 256, but it also happens on the tool with 512 megabytes of memory. That you boot, you have some little bit network traffic like secure shell, and then network doesn't work anymore. There was an error of PS3 Jelix, the Toshiba or so inherited Ethernet controller thing, of SKB allocation failed or something ridiculous, and it's like, yeah, only 15 years later, after a PS3, somehow 2006 or so, and it was upstream supported, Sony and stuff even contributed to code. It was officially supported and everything, and 15 years later, with all the shuffling, refactoring, cleanup and whatnot and optimizations, they broke memory allocation in some way, shape or form. We worked around this in T2. We changed some SKB, whatever the, I should check out. I don't even remember where we quirked that. Was it maybe is it a patch? Maybe it is. Let's see if we have it in here, maybe, of, I don't even know where we have it. I hope we still have it somewhere. So we changed some default. Some contributor found that this, no, it's not this here. Ah, here, PS3. It's this here. It just changes one. Yeah, it changes the watermark for config PS3 from the default to 15,000, read mostly of watermark boost factor. It's stupid, right? I didn't find this myself. I mean, I found it broke, and someone or amazing T2 community, I would need to check. Sorry that I forgot your name. Send patches more often, then I remember your name better. But yeah, thanks for that. So they bisected that and they found that. Amazing work. Thank you so much. Probably saved me 2, 3, 4, 5 hours or 8 or a day or whatever. Yeah, it's ridiculous, right? How do they write their monolithic single address-based kernel to break stuff like this? Like, also 2023 and 256 memory is not that little, right? There are embedded boards with just 64 megs of memory. So anyway, yeah, top quality engineering from the Linux Foundation. And so yeah, this stuff, so the disk drive also broke somewhere. So yeah, you want, because you need to save every byte is precious, right, on the PS3. So don't use the PowerPC 64, use the PPC 6432, right? That is PPC. Yes, it is confusing. Yes, we have too many ISOs, but it's just we support everything. We have many ISOs. That's so because the other is fully 64-bit, also the user space, and you waste too many kilobytes of memory, right, or too many megabytes, and also performance. So that is to finish this sort here. PowerPC. So yeah, so PPC 6432, right? That is for theoretically also the G5, right? But for the G5 you could more easily use the full 60. Do we not have? Actually, we only have this. Okay, I take it back. The other is LE's Little Indian. Anyway, but I have installed some kind of test build of mine here, as usual. More testing. So my version is an unreleased, because this is how much I test, right? Test, more test, even more test, because this one here is a 64-bit userland. Yeah, lib64, but also a file will tell you 64-bit PowerPC. This wastes apparently also like GCC, right? Think GCC, all the like, if it needs 100 megabyte to compile something with all the gazillions of 10,000s of pointers. Obviously GCC is full with pointers, like pointing to source code, and also whole tree structure and everything, like everything is pointers, and like yeah, doubling the memory use of GCC probably with a simple trick. Let's see if this, I don't have the highest hopes, so let's see if Binutils build now. Yeah, 20. So the build time didn't change. Really, it estimated 23 minutes before, which might be somewhat accurate. Oh wait, yeah, recompression. That's also not the smartest thing. We will change this soon. It's probably Oh, did I not change the default? Maybe even previously the recompression failed. Let's recompress with 10 years. It's stupid. I can't change the implementation overnight. I will change this soon. Let's see if that recompresses. I'll check some errors. Thank you very much. Yeah, Control-C that. Yeah, let's see if this compiles previously looked up. Also, it did not like crash, it still blinked the frame buffer, right? If the frame buffer cursor blinked, it means the kernel is still alive and getting interrupts. But I have no idea. I mean, sure, it could always be our patched PS3 storage driver that the machine is dead and doesn't react anymore. But it could also be, I've seen this also even on my Ryzen, right? Like 64 gigabyte of memory, it's not enough to epic thread rip compile Linux distribution, embarrassingly parallel. But with the Ryzen, right, I've multiple times over the last years until I changed some memory overcommit and other configuration stuff. I had to probably walk 3, 4, or 5 times over the course of some month in the night back to the office because I was epic thread wrapping something in the night for the PS3 or other such stuff. And I was sitting at home on the couch, was typing, and then suddenly, like, Secure Shell doesn't respond anymore, right? Like, and that was on a 64 gigabyte Ryzen, right? Yeah. I'm surprised. I mean, sure, it's not all the problems are not super easy. I'm just wondering, with 10,000 or even 100,000 developers contributing to the Linux kernel, that this is not solved in the meantime in a better way. Not yet using. Yeah, just taking. Okay, not enough free space left in FIFA. But I believe that might be. Is this just a diagnostic? Let me check if it's. No, it's still alive. Just check here with a frame buffer on my. If this is in a diagnostic, that is of course annoying. It might be a diagnostic of. It might be normal. It might be diagnostic of reaching the end of the FIFO space. Like, yeah, should I subscribe Patreon for working on the RSX, right? We could do hardware solid 3D graphic if just we had resources to pay my time for that, because I'm already working way too much, as you might have realized, as working subscribers and careful observers might have realized. So move 99 to disabled. It's just logging the region index because something is wrong there, not yet sure what. Also don't need this B anymore, and I guess we also don't need this backup anymore. And what do we have there? I'll adjust my copyright, right? Obviously need to bump this sometimes. And this is just probably, is it doing something? Oh wait, did we download and I didn't realize it? Nothing like waiting for the recompression to finish when it finished. Did we, you know what, we need to build this V to see that's what's going on. So again, fingers crossed, but I don't have the super highest hopes, right? Because it deadlocked previously for whatever reason. Eugene just joined. No, there is not new development on the RSX drivers, because I have obviously 99 more important things to do, and like if we would have some $100 a month Patreon, then I would work on it every month. But it's $90 a month Patreon, like Patreon, right? Patreon, YouTube membership. I'm really sorry that I need to ask for hard-earned cash like Donald Trump or George W. Bush. Like, don't send blankets, just send cash. Famous quotes, right? It is what it is, right? I also like, basically, it's like, obviously, if we want to be successful with our amazing Linux solution, we have 99 other things to support that. But yeah, I'm here. I'm every other quarter testing something. If upstream wouldn't break so much stuff, we would work on other amazing things. Question there, can you get uninstalled X11 running on PS3? I think it worked on some agent version of Fedora. Yes, of course, that's what we are using, right? Previous video. I've used this since 2006, of course. Just load the ISO and install it. I mean, minor implementation deficiencies and bugs pending. With my work previous videos, you can even, theoretically, I have drivers that are even partially isolated, right? Just not stable, not production ready, but it's theoretically there, right? If you would Patreon enough, we would have 3D running already, but you don't, so there's only so much I can work for free. Let's see what's. Yeah, this is also really slowish. I really wonder why this can be so slowish, but somehow it is. Let's see, nothing like wasting memory with running top. By the way, right, I didn't build btop because btop required too much memory. It's like, yeah, 2023 and your compiler needs so much memory to compile C++ that you don't have a more fancy top. You need what you mean? Is it a Raspberry Pi KVM, or what do you mean with Pi KVM? Just Patreon. Someone wants to Patreon right away. That sounds amazing. I can post again where it is for people not and Patreon. Yeah, right. It's don't fall for any scams. This is us. remote management for your host. I need to check what precisely that is. Yeah, I have an old. I need to also urgently need to update my Steam Deck installation with the latest and greatest. Where is my freaking cursor? Sometimes I lose my cursor. So now we are building. Nothing like pasting it there. Okay, so that's starting apparently. Maybe let's see. Yeah, not making this up. There are some 90-ish euros of monthly. Or is it not showing when we're not logged in? Actually, don't know it. I thought it was showing. Choose your member. Here, there. 90 there. 90. It was already more, right? Also, people unsubscribed. I was already 140 euros a month or so, but yeah, I understand life is hard and whatnot and everything. So yeah, this is the speed. This is compiling along. The performance would be slightly higher if we would use a 32 user space version, right? Is this a version with... this is already a version with dash. Yeah, I need to... And yeah, basically, as you see here, I'm constantly installing new G2 builds, right? I'm not even sure why I did this here as a 64-bit user land. So, yeah. Anyway, so we have the stuff running. While we shortly wait for that, let's hope it doesn't deadlock again. Maybe it was, but to be fair, maybe it was a set standard recompression. Yes, I have it on my to-do. There's so much on my to-do, right? Yes, I will optimize this also, but yeah, there's only so much I can optimize. One thing I wanted to do is, and I also, like yesterday, I vastly improved the init.rd for, where do I have it? Yesterday I improved the init.rd for SAS controllers, right? Data Center Edition. 80 thread, 80 cool threads, Sun UltraSpark and Power 8. Today I already found I further, by the way, I should probably put this in my to-do. I further need to, like, yeah, yesterday you vastly rework it, and today you find already implementation deficiencies. I should really urgently, how did I sort this here, by the way? Fix new init.rd to not try mount, or notice this today, right? There's even, people might think I waste my time getting the P3 out, but no, I find literally always bugs, or at least imperfections. Sure, it's not crashing, it's just not nice when something isn't working, like your P3 disk driver or other stuff, and it tries 15 times to mount something which didn't work, right? So mount or crypt. Maybe it's as easy as just like in shell or pipe like, or double or whatever, double pipe bar break, probably. Maybe you need to check. Not to try multiple times. Maybe actually implementing this is faster than writing this line of to-do. It's like, yeah. So, and also, what did I want to do? All right, what I wanted to do is, some estimates are, of course, another win. You want to build something on your P3. Like emerge, try run. Let's say you want to build Xbox server, and it would currently sync it. Is it 8? This doesn't make sense. What is off here? No. Why is this? No, Benutils estimates is 23 minutes. Why is... Or is it... I mean, maybe it is like this. It's not impossible. What do I even... I need sleep and stuff. And it actually says 35 minutes. Okay, maybe in the meantime Xorg server stuff is so modular that it's really... I expected more. I wanted some long building thing. You see, the PlayStation 3 is not that slow if you have enough memory. Amazing. What do I even do here? Mesa. So many similar name packages. Okay, yeah, so here we have something. So here, 69 minutes, like building Mesa, 1 hour. So we want to reformat it. Also, I still need community feedback, how we should format it, right? Should we format this as probably 69 minutes, right? So then 69 50M, is that like basically if we only have set 50 seconds, if we have this minutes, and then we would have this 1 hour 9 minutes, or 09, probably 09 50, right? Would we, what even 50, would we format it like that? Would that make the most sense? Because the other days I was still wondering, I googled some ISO formatting, didn't find something super amazing, most helpful instantly. Maybe that makes the most sense, but leave me in the comments below. Do we build this? Yeah, parallel 2 apparently. Yeah, that is a developer tool, right? So, wouldn't GitHub sponsor be better? They don't take a cut like... I'm pretty sure GitHub sponsors takes... I mean, maybe... I'm actually not... No, I'm... Maybe Patreon... I don't know how much... I think Patreon doesn't take that much. Maybe Patreon and GitHub... Correct me if I'm wrong. But you can also GitHub sponsor. But I have less... Currently I have less GitHub sponsors. This is not me. Don't mix this here. By the way, one person, specific shout out, one person really donated a one-time $50 donation to GitHub. Thanks for that. And I also, that's also, I mean, yeah, I understand probably many people's life is even harder than ours, because at GitHub we also had once 10 sponsors, right? I'm not even sure where this directly shows here. Here. We had at one time 10 sponsors and one $50 one-time donation, which is super amazing. Where is even the direct sponsor thing? Is it Patreon? No, it isn't. Confusing stuff. How to there? Where's the freaking sponsor button? Anyway, you get the idea, right? Okay, I post this here. Yeah, at one time I had 10, but in the meantime I have only one left or so. So yeah, maybe we do too little RSX work, but leave me in the comments below. So we need to format that. Are there any Xanterfin asks, swap space? Yes, I have swap on. Swap was not enough. Maybe we should actually put efforts into making the VRAM swap thing work with RSX acceleration. So like maybe 100, like if you want to allocate 100, like half for VRAM, because currently that's incompatible. So I can't use this right now because I have a VRAM RSX kernel running. Alright, this one. So yeah, 512, so like, yeah, 1 gig of memory, 512 real and 512 like kind of sort of, right? We can, it's like, yeah, probably 512 fish or whatever I had there, something of that sort. You know what, we should probably split it like that, right? That is. So, yeah, let's change this code quickly. Where do we have that in? Should it be probably here, right? Oh, this was a typo. Is it not here? Where is this format? There's this in core functions or what? Where's our time formatting? Ah, I had that here. Why do I have that? Okay, that doesn't make the most sense that I have it here. All right, okay, I need to move it. Fine. So basically, maybe we should check if it's set or something and not 0, print 0 seconds, something of that sort. Yeah. While because I had this hard-coded, so probably while that greater than 0. Not so. Theoretically this should, yeah, it's not safe on quoting while while that is greater than 0. Still building. Strong, let's see. While do equals the result. And then print one of those, except by the way, okay, it's not so that it's actually not that easy, because maybe we should just have 3. Maybe a loop is overkill, because actually we would need to take, oh, this also failed. Womp, womp, womp. How did this fail? Alright, actually I forgot I wanted to get rid of this diagnostic for normal builds. Oh, don't tell me some Perl marginality. Some info shit, huh? Nah. We, by the way, need to also improve our metadata. Is that in tech info? No. Maybe if I would have, maybe I should more often, wait, it says new version? It says make info there. Bit interpreter. Okay, good that we checked that before we built it. Okay, we somehow don't have Perl for some reason. Now that will be fun to build. 8 minutes. Who was believing that? So yeah, sometimes drop exit asks CRM swap. So the thing is, we have very little memory, right? The best would be to use CRM swap on the VRAM, but I can't use it currently with my RSX patches together. So either currently you give partial hardware acceleration or VRAM swaps. So. Now for some whether GitHub takes what? Does anyone know for sure whether GitHub takes less of a cut? Because I mean, GitHub, I mean, we could, I would need to Google that myself, right? Patreon sponsorship cut. How's it called? Patreon charges a commission of 9 to 12% creators' monthly income. GitHub? Oh, wait, GitHub. 9 to 12? Okay, 6. So... Okay, 3% credit card processing and 3% GitHub. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's 3%, it's 3% and you can't. So yeah, apparently GitHub is half then. So everyone who wants to give us 3% more, whatever is most convenient for you. So, building Perl, or did we build this verbose? Probably not, huh? Yeah. So this formatting, I think this for loop is overkill. I think we want, or can, actually we could should we call this a string and unit? Actually, maybe that is a short. What do we have here? I could actually make it so then. If so basically less than 60 so only thing is leading zeros, but maybe we could always strip it here in that expression. So less than 60 printf. Okay, I had this here already. So let's always format 1. Does that make more sense? No, it's actually well, actually this we always need, right? So date formatting difficult. Maybe I should just use some date function of date formatting things. So 02 in that modulo 60 ps equals printf that and all right, okay, we also need to better save the argument. Should it? I should probably believe it should even. I need to. Yeah, whatever. So and I equals that divided by 60. Actually, 0. Yeah. So and unit equals second, and then if we still have something left, that is greater than 0, then do that again, and then it's minutes. That is the previous string there. Wait, I believe I... oh no, did I? No, here it is. So maybe the backticks look. Maybe I should more often use the more modern. Also there is... actually, you know what, then we have 3, okay. Fine, we have that. So if there's something left, then printf minutes, divide again, and if there is something left, then print all of it. Don't divide unless we want to format days. Leave in the comments below. Should we format days for building Rust on an 486? Unit hours, and then maybe remove trailing zeros because we always force format with 2 zeros there. So that would be S and leading is that right? Should that work? Substitute leading 0. Probably was like this, right? Okay, apparently that works as expected. Of course, you could match multiple, longest match and stuff, but we just want one and just testing. Yeah, that's obviously works. So let's see what happens if we test emerge force try run. Okay, it doesn't print S. I forgot the unit maybe. S and unit. 1 second. 4 minutes 7. Probably looks plausible, right? 11 seconds for Xbox server. Firefox 9:28. Probably should test this with. So yeah, it's this. Leave in the comments below. Does this formatting make more sense of changing the unit if it's adding a column? Does that make the most sense of the other day's question? Before we format this. Hey, we are still building Perl. Amazing. So yeah, PS3 can do something. It's not that slow. Maybe we get to bin utils later today. So, reverse. So, try on Firefox. 9:28, is it what we had? 9:28, yeah. And Xorg server or Rust we had 407. 407, okay, works apparently, so far so good. So the only thing is we should change our output format. The last time I finding dependencies. I hope this shit builds already. What was the estimate? 9 minutes? 8 minutes? I wonder if we can include core functions here. Does that work? Because I'm tired of having source core functions in or so, because we had a copy of that here that I didn't want to have in the long run. And then somewhere. Where it makes sense. So that still works. Let's see if, let's test that with spelling something here. Let's see if the okay functions in. Thank you very much. Which context is that run? Source, or is there a typo? A typo? Or what? What? Ah, scripts. What do I even do here? Yeah, 8. The only thing is, why do we not have a space there? Did we previously have a space there? We also don't have a space there. Okay, then let's just add the space here. Theoretically, yeah, but we could do that in the caller, but whatever. 407. Yeah, leave in the comments below if that is even better formatting. One code duplication removed. Yeah, what did I do now? Oh, running this in as pre-cloud. Or edit OtherOS to format time, refactor. So, Perl is building. Let's hope it finishes eventually. And right, we also forgot about what was the exact printout here. Not enough space. Why is this debug not even edit the right file? Or maybe I don't edit the right file. Of course I don't edit the right file. PR debug. Do we have debug on for? Why is debug on for this? Should this not only print if debugging is enabled? It might be, you know what, maybe it is disabled. It's just an older kernel, so maybe in that might be a thing actually. So yeah, it's probably, yeah. Okay, actually, you know what, let's test our formatting on the PS3. Everything runs a little bit slower. Emerge, dry run of Rust. Hey, 2 hours, 52 minutes. What was, how much would, I mean, is that feature, I mean, this is not even the most accurate estimate. Okay, Linux, maybe building a Linux kernel takes 6 hours if you ever built a Linux kernel on your PS3. Leave in the comments below. Yeah, of course, not to be disappointed, the total computational power of a PS3 is higher. Compiling code does not naturally make use of the RSX or the cell broadband SPEs. So yeah, if you do image processing, you can use more of that power. What was it? Mesa? That is 8 minutes. That would not be too bad. Yeah, Mesa 1 hour. Ah, right, Mesa a bit earlier. 1 hour 9 minutes, 50 seconds. That sounds probably about right. BTOP, if we could build it, what would it estimate? But BTOP compiler, did we? Because we crashed the song. Okay, BTOP, it says 2 minutes, but it crashed last time, so it's also not too bad if it would work. LLVM, like, I mean, obviously you probably can't build LLVM on your PS3, maybe 7 hours. I mean, good. Soon we need formatting. Even if it comes below, should we really add formatting, days formatting, man. Clang, 4 hours 27, maybe. Actually, if we would build bin utils, we would get a more accurate reporting. But we are still number crunching on Perl. Yeah. Some progress, some major progress today keeps bitrot and working stuff. Yeah, debugging what's going on. So I have the suspicion coming back full circle while we watch Perl to build, and then hopefully can, is it installing or make mini Perl of stuff. No, it's already installed. So what appears does not work. Coming full circle to the beginning of the video, I fixed PS3 storage to not, to mostly work again. It enumerates the right regions, A, B, C, and D for normal OtherOS ++ GameOS setup, for all the drive, for GameOS, for whatever, SPU, whatever, also Blu-ray and AAC, audio stuff and whatnot, as far as I remember. And then Linux as OtherOS ++, and it reads some data, but I believe it somehow doesn't read the right offset. And obviously this, I mean, it's working right now on the older kernel. So what I believe, because I mean, not only it tries to uncrypt my crypted, also pro tip, keep your P3 stuff crypted, right? Not that the Sony lawyers come in, all the precious reversed stuff is encrypted. So on T2 boot, it asks for passphrase, but it can't decrypt it, right? And I tried with the disk, was it disk info? The disk type, some old-fashioned small binary thing. And the disk type can read the partition table, but even there, it already doesn't read everything, right? So I believe there must be some addressing being off, and I don't instantly see that this would be a fault of our making here. Maybe, I mean, it could also be new flags here. Maybe new multi-queue parameter things. Because we didn't change anything, also reverted my multi-queue stuff that was partially. So, I mean, maybe here's some new gendisk stuff of, maybe it's some, actually, you know what, maybe it's some block size. I mean, I'm just brainstorming like Linus Torvalds would, right? Because Linus Torvalds' famous debuggers are for whatever whims. Real Linus Torvalds Guru Meditate, like also real debugging is Guru Meditation debugging for really thinking logic errors. So maybe there's some block size thing. because there are no errors, right? It doesn't error. I mean, except it can't mount my root file system and can't uncrypt my encrypted partition. So I'm only thinking logically. So maybe maybe there's some new thing, because that's what the Linux kernel people love to do. Where's the sector? Is here some sectors, hardware, max hardware sectors? Maybe we need to set some new sizing, because so what happens is, besides stuff not working and not mounting, disk type also doesn't. Disk type shows the partition, but not, for example, the boot partition is x3, and previously it would show partition like disk type, partition table, and x3, and it doesn't do that, right? So I suspect everything, but there is something off. I mean, the sector size only comes in mind now. I wonder then. But actually, did I test? I actually didn't. But that would also mean it must be broken upstream. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So what I usually do is, did we come to an end of per? What I usually do is look at the log, right? But it is possible that nobody's testing that and it is broken, right? What is that? There is some 60-bit thing. Okay, that is something. Would need to. So all of this stuff takes time, right? I mean, the best thing would be, you can't touch a debugger. So what I usually do is resort to good old-fashioned printf debugging. I checked already the region. The region index is correct, because it is also something we had to dub for change structures. Let's see. Here some stuff would be. So that is my host system, right? It's not even my host system. That's my server VM. There would be. Can we grab that? Here, like something of 96. Okay, that's okay, but maybe that's a bad idea. That's an Intel Optane. Yeah, I need to research this stuff myself. Basically, we need more. Oops, sorry, that was my microphone. We need more. Yeah, more guru meditation, more printf, more. Yeah, nothing like reading kernel documentation. Yeah, tag-based completion, we did this years ago, right? Not yet fully stable. Text pointer. qdevs, here's members, qdevs, so we have number of additional bytes to allocate per request, support driver owns. Interesting, number of additional bytes to allocate per request. We could store the region index in there. then that would save us some fiddling if we would directly in the interrupt handler, if we would have like some pointer size or integer, 64 integer, whatever. Interesting. If that is what I thought it might be. Yeah, maybe random. I'm sorry, it's late here and I work too much. Are we in install already? Was our estimate not 8 minutes? Eight minutes. I think we are over 8 minutes. Okay, we can't make it faster by. So yeah, maybe random things are not the most useful. Maybe random guessing is not the most clever, time efficient thing to do here. Let's just clean up this because it's not the latest version. Give it some time to extract and configure and stuff. It's probably enough. No, I didn't configure. Shit, so much was enough, but fine. Anyway, I wanted to mostly read the sources, so I think this was do request. So that's a request. Always do request. Was I not in there? Ah, here's do request. Where are request up? Request up. Oh no, that's just the operator. What do we do there? Ah, this is submit request. SG scatter gather, right? Maybe more logging. What do we have here? Request has bvects for request for each segment. There was one change for using generic. Here, use memcopy from to bvec. I hope we didn't. Did we patch anything in this? Scatter. Gather. Apparently not. Yeah, we could also, like, basically we probably want to build that with debugging. Are we installing? Hey, it's not entirely slow. Most important question, terminal font is comic code, of course. Otherwise we get too depressive looking at patching too many bugs here. Comic code to keep the spirit high. Yeah, so probably enabling all debugging here, I guess. What else do we patch? So the thing is, I can't say whether it works with, I booted with mainline, well, with all our GameOS except PS3 storage. I can't even say if that works because I can't boot then because I only have one device of the first region. So it could be scatter gather, the DMA scattering here. Where do we scatter? Oops. So PS3 storage def request gather of request for each segment in there. Gather is so gather is gathering that together and scattering is scattering out right into different non-sequential I/O requests. So we have scatter gather for this request. So yeah, we have that for we scatter gather here with 1 for gather for write. And for read, we schedule that. And then on completion, we do that here. If read, then scatter gather. We didn't touch that, right? Scatter. Can we finally complete here? I want to go home, get some food. Still not installing. So the 8-minute estimate, yeah. So that is when you build from, if T2 estimates the build time from a short thing, then yeah. Quite some disk over there. Where could that fail? I mean, the most logic, given that we didn't touch anything else, I previously diffed that here, by the way. Do I still have it in the history? Oh, here maybe. Ah, should I had it here already? Probably that. So that are all the changes since the supposedly last working version. Or actually, wait a second. If multiply is scheduled, are we now clobbering the... But we also didn't touch that. Oh no, we had this... Oh no, this should... Because we have one request pointer. But no, we only set this if we only set this, we only update this request pointer. We also didn't touch that. And we also only set it if it could be scheduled. Was it proof? Yeah, proof request here. If the queue is stopped. Yeah, if we have already a request, then we stop the hardware queue and return status, block status, device resource, no resources. That on first glance also looks right. Can it be that our Perl build time estimate is off? Anyway, yeah, I'm probably building with debug and messages and here, that is the painful life of a kernel developer, distribution developer. I give it, yeah, five more minutes for 15 after. And then I go home. Why is this Android showing me a Gmail notification and then not in the, what nonsense is that? Are we finally installing? Yeah, you know what shit. Of course all the GNU stuff clobbers each other. like it's 1997. Hey, I'm installing. Tell me we're installing. Yay, we're installing. So, how long did this build? We will know soon. You've never run make test. Oh no. It's like I'm not running make test on my PS3. I deserve dinner before midnight. So I only rebuilt this here because while this build time estimation feature is new, each time I find something extremely off, still something. Stream spec, you can't mix this shit up. Each time something is significantly off, I still manually rebuild something to get more accurate timing. Right, nice. What exactly we're doing? So we are the last people here to maintain OtherOS support, so it never was mainline, and we are the last people who keep these patches working, and of course something broke. And additionally, so actually I only wanted to also determine the new T2 documented performance index on our website, which is how long does it take to build bin utils, but not yet there. And as usual, we improve some surrounding things in our Linux distribution. No, it's keeping it working, and also I've worked on the RSX years ago. Theoretically, if we would have more Patreon or GitHub sponsors or YouTube memberships, if we would have more than $90 a year, $90 a month, I would actually also further make 3D acceleration working. But maintaining a Linux distribution is so much work, I don't have more free time, so supporting that commercially would allow me to work on that during business hours and make more RSX acceleration working faster. But as so many people break stuff, I mostly waste my time fixing other people's new bugs. So yeah, that is the thing. Let's rebuild Perl. Why is this taking so long? Let's probably check something and all the good stuff. Now it's running Perl. Why is it running Perl so long? What is it freaking doing? Perl lib install, man. Don't tell me this Perl is somehow not working fully. Maybe the Perl we painstakingly slow build is broken. So you can run any PowerPC supporting distro? No, of course not. Most are way too unoptimized. It is best to use our T2. All the others are way too memory heavy. Even T2 I had to, live on this channel. If you're new to this channel, you probably want to share, like, subscribe. Even our cross-compiling and embedded and supporting everything, also ARM and RISC-V and 486 and stuff. Even that, we have make progress, I believe. Something terminated, I think so yeah, even our distribution I had to vastly optimize. You will not, you would also need to have the kernel. Sure, you could theoretically take all the nicely maintained patches and build it for whatever, but I warn you, it will be a waste of time. All the other stuff uses too much memory. Even our stuff I constantly need to optimize again to boot and work, and even allowed to run X or XFCE. Yeah, theoretically you could, but better just use our stuff and send some patches. Yeah, makes the most sense. So I guess, did it just scroll? Oh wait, I need to be careful not to. No, did this not scroll? Shit, was I too optimistic because it's running for 4 minutes already? It could always be, it's unfortunately an old installation. We fixed quite some stuff since then, right? I thought something did scroll, did it not? Or maybe something did scroll, did it? No, oh no, it's scrolling. So actually it's processing something. It's just Perl being Perl, I guess. So I didn't hallucinate stuff. It's actually freaking installing stuff. Amazing. How long will you be keeping it alive? Well, given I support this Linux distribution for 25 years, it probably will be another 25 years, and if you're lucky, then by then my toddler can take maintaining over. But we have also some other people contributing, so I mean, it's as long as you share, like, subscribe, and send patches and stuff. Cool, this is also fair now, wonderful. Hey, we built Perl in whopping 40 freaking minutes. Wonderful. So, did I clean that? I didn't clean this yet. Professional. Then we can go in here and see, being a professional, and pre-check if that is enough for make info, because we actually wanted to build bin utils. Alright, and so, this nonsense. Okay, we literally don't really need that. All I wanted is maybe update the cache file for more accurate build time estimates. Let's hope this tech info shit processes, because it also sometimes fails if it is too out of sync. Like, yeah, 2023 and this stuff sometimes fails. var adm cache Perl, and let's manually fine-tune it, because it wasn't technically an error, and this TCL stuff is... Do we not have TCL-TK in there? Sure. Okay, fine. Let's see, how did the build time estimate? Yeah, it changed from 35 to 55. Yeah, that probably looks good. Nothing like keeping this stuff. Updated Perl cache for more accurate build time estimates. Playing along at home. Hey, bin utils builds further. Yay, progress. Maybe until midnight we have a PS3 performance index then listed on our website. And here's my, let's check how accurate that Perl estimate is now. Might still be a little bit off, because optimization and stuff. And emerge dry run for Perl. 12 minutes. No, it's still a bit off, but better than 8. But it might actually be more accurate if we so we are estimating an estimate, right? So we estimate from the short building this stat. So okay, bin utils is making progress. I cancelled it because I want a real build for reference time saving reasons. So we have some progress. Unfortunately, it is slow. If you want to, either donation or stuff, or if you want to have something to do, build the latest T2 stuff kernel and figure out why apparently some disk I/O doesn't return the data it's probably supposed to return. Might be the exercise or something of that sort. Yeah, let's emerge now non-bin utils, I guess. Might take, so the new did the, oh no, this is not in, yeah, might be 30 minutes, we will see. Yeah, I go now then. I really need to have dinner now. I can't eat. Recurring theme here, dinner at midnight. Probably share, like, subscribe if you live want to watch me live. Have dinner at midnight. So the other stuff is committed, and right, maybe I did I clean this already, or I cleaned this already? Yeah, okay, it's anyway time. So that's it then for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning something. Don't forget to subscribe, maybe subscribe or Patreon. Hope you enjoyed this, learned something. Have a good day or night, and I hope to see you soon for RSX installation to continue sometime between now and forever. Faster when you donate.